Hey, hello there guys, it's me RGB for RJBTV, and today we're gonna look at a match, or a set, that I was requested to cast by the organizer of a StarCraft World 1 vs 1 tournament. So while we have the start of this game playing in the background, a very quick speedrun introduction to what we're looking at. 1. StarCraftWorld.net fastest map possible ladder. The 1 vs 1 standings of Season 28, which has finished about a week ago, is currently undergoing its finals tournament, where the winner will win $1,000 and the runner-up about 200. Now let me just make this a little bit bigger so we can all see really what's happening on there. Switch this around real quick. Right, so these are the standings. Town K, Dingo, Hydra, Steph, who's not participating, Jose, Scan, JH, Rasout, Lovely Rabbit, and Fujibayashi. And these here are the groups. There's 3 groups of 3 players, and every single player has to play every single player in their group at least once, and the people with the best win rate continue to the next round, where there will once again be 3 players who will fight it out to become the champion, the runner-up, and the 3rd place finisher. And the people in SCW voted as following who was going to win this tournament, and it was very heavily in favor of Town K, also known as Byul, Hydra in a not a very close 2nd place. Then we have Rasout. I don't think these votings are that accurate in some cases, because Rasout 6 votes doesn't make any sense. Fujibayashi has 2 of them, Lovely Rabbit only 2 as well. I think Lovely Rabbit has a very high chance of winning. JH also a very good chance, but only 5 votes. Anyway, that's the tournament. $1,000. We've got a couple of groups, and the winner takes home $1,000. The 2nd place takes home $200. It is a fastest map tournament on the Western map for SCW StarCraft World Season 28. And we're looking at JH against Byul. Byul here on the brown Protoss, JH here on the olive green Zerg on the top right of the map. Bottom right of the map is where Byul is located. Byul starts off with Nexus Triple Gateway. Very interesting build order here. Tries to block off JH from building Sunkens, and he's doing so quite successfully. He keeps blocking that one drone that wants to build a Sunken. We've got he's got vision there on the middle, so he can see some stuff walking in when stuff does walk in, but he hasn't found Byul's base yet. Byul here with the information advantage. Finally gonna get that 2nd Sunken up. Byul is rushing, although he's not yet going in. He wants to get a couple more Zealots out on map. First, he doesn't want his Zealots to die and get cut out, because one single Zealot or maybe 2 Zealots against a lot of Zerglings isn't really a favorable fight for the Protoss. And you don't want to be losing your early units, while the Zerg doesn't really spend much on defending it. So 20 probes at the moment against 9 drones, but we're going to see JH droning up very quick, very soon. He's adding on hatcheries, he's feeling a little bit safe, he's finally finding where Byul is located, sees that there's 4 Zealots already out, which means of course that Byul is going for, most likely, a pretty heavy Zealot build order. Mining from 2 gas now, getting a Cyber Core soon of course as well. He has to, otherwise he's mining gas for nothing. His Cyber Core going to be out very soon as well. 1 cannon there in the back to protect those probes. Very wisely done. So far, things are just looking standard. Now JH did make a lot of Zerglings here though. He was expecting something of an earlier, faster rush, because that 1 probe was being very annoying. It was buying a lot of time, distracting JH for a really long time. Its 2nd Sunken came up really, really late. So JH was assuming something of a rush. So he made 8 Zerglings, a big investment. Most of the time people make either 6 or just 2 of them. They make 6 when they're expecting a rush, sometimes 8 when they're expecting a strong rush, or they make 2 when they don't expect a rush at all. Then they use those 2 Zerglings to scout the map. Here in this case, 8 Zerglings very early on, and a lot more Sunkens also very early on. And also getting a double gas only about 4:30 into the match. It's pretty quick, pretty quick. So only on 4 hatcheries in total. Is this another hatchery? There's another hatchery. He's got 5 in total. 1 in the front, 3 in the middle, 1 in the back. No Hylas Den yet. Is that another hatchery? Hatchery number 6 are on the way as well. Zealot's just standing there in the middle, waiting for upgrades. Though, he's no longer waiting. He's gonna go in. He feels he's got a great moment to go in and try to attack here. That's only 4 Sunkers and about 8 Zealots or so, but that's also about 8 Zerglings there on the scene, ready to help out defend those Sunkers. But there's more Zealots coming from the backside, coming from the base. Production is pretty on point here for Byul. It's some pretty significant damage out on those Sunkers. We've got 2 more Sunkers are on the way in the back, right next to it. But it looks like Byul's going to finish off at least 2 more Sunkers and walk into the base itself. Now it's Zerglings against Zealots, and there's way too many Zealots for those Zerglings to fight into. We have a Sunken on the way there in the backside, though. We got a Hylas Den there finishing up on the side as well. We got Hylas finally being queued up. But Zealots are already going in for the attack. And he finds a Hylas Den, but he's not going for it. He's going for the Sunken instead. He's going to try to take one down before the Zerglings and the Hylas all spawn and are ready to fight. Loses the Sunken. Hylas are very close to spawning. Hylas are going to try to save the day, but he's going to lose his Zerglings first, but also lose some of his Hylas if he doesn't micro them well enough. This one single attack there doing more than it should, in my opinion. Because now we got a Corsair coming in. Corsair, of course, looking for some information, trying to find some Overlords, but takes a lot of damage there. Does make it out alive, barely though. Got Hylas speed on the way for JH. Finally, the best tool against drops for sure, but also against Zealots, because it makes it easy to micro against Zealots. If the Zealots don't have speed yet, you don't really need a range for all that. It's easier to cast those shuttles with speed than it is with range. Well, here in Byul's base, he went for Zealot speed, level 1 attack, quite a lot of gateways pretty early on. And they have a really strong gateway production. 2 robots there in the backside as well, 2 Reavers on the way, 1 shuttle inside. They're already finished, gonna pick them up. Stargate, of course, they're building some cores to try and peel away those Overlords from the sides to get some some control over the vision JH has. But JH very wisely puts his Hydras on the corners. Some Hydras there in the back. Doesn't have a lot of Hydras there though. Doesn't have a lot of them. It's kind of rich. 42 drones. Things are looking pretty good. But things can just flip at any moment now. He's got level 1 attacker on the way for his Hydras, and range also now on the way, which means speed is finished. That speed finished here for Byul Zealots. Level 1 attack also finished, got Storm on the way. The Reaver there going into the front. He's going for a frontal Zealot Reaver bust, and there's not a lot of Hydras. Not a lot of Hydras yet. JH is producing a couple of them though, but also has Overlords and drones queued up, so he can't produce that many Hydras at the moment. So things are looking pretty dire here for JH. He's scrambling to put more Sunkens in the front, pulling Hydras to the front. He's going to try to defend this one, but this looks like it's going to be a very close call. It's going to be a very close call here, honestly. Pulling more drones to the front. He really doesn't want Byul to break through. He's spreading those Sunkens out quite nicely, so that the Scarabs don't connect with more than 1 Sunken at a time, but also so that he has a lot of room for his own Hylas to walk through his own Sunken line and get a great surround on the Zealots that will, at some point, try to break through. Almost 150 supply now for Byul. Also starts loading up a Templar drop. He's not just gonna fly in with that one without any kind of distraction going on in the front. He's gonna distract in the front with the Reaver Zealot attack, and then at the same time try to get in with the shuttle drop, the Templars inside, and hopefully catch JH off guard. And JH is preparing himself completely and fully for the frontal attack. Here comes the frontal attack. The shuttle is there on position. Corsair's going first to distract. It might give away the fact that the shuttle is on the way there though, but the shuttle, ooh, they're on the side, see some Hylas, can try to fly around. There's no shuttle speed there yet. Attack in the front is going pretty well there for Byul, breaking through most of the Sunkens. Reavers in the back are supporting greatly, but the Hylas there are outside of the Reaver range and doing a great job attacking and defending. Takes most of the Zealots, micros his Hylas from side to side, snipes the Reavers, they're in the front. That's the first attack successfully defended, but he did lose a hatchery and about 9 Sunkens. That's a pretty big hit. Both players invested in that defense and attack pretty heavily. Byul, though, having more probes and more production going on, is remaxing faster than JH is at the moment, who has a lot of minerals because he was so occupied defending. but at least he has a lot of minerals, which is good. Like, there's an upside and a downside to having a lot of minerals. One thing about the upside is that he is very healthy. He's in a healthy state, he's rich. But he could have had so much more hatcheries, so many more hydralisks to defend himself with from this follow-up attack, which is now coming in. We got another shuttle there, and inside that shuttle we've got, I think, a couple Reavers, or yeah, Reavers. He's going for another frontal attack. Some Dragoons are in the mix as well. Dragoons are going to do a better job than those Zealots. Reavers coming down first, ready to take down those frontal Sunkens. A couple Hydras firing on the Reavers, going to try to at least do some damage. You got some Lurkers on the scene as well, and I don't see any Observers anywhere yet. We do have an observatory there from Byul, but no observers on the scene anywhere yet. So it's going to be quite difficult for Byul to push through those Lurkers until he has an observer. Observer is on the way now, though, because he's starting to realize that Lurkers are there on the scene. Shuttle there still on the bottom side. There's some Hylisks on his dropping path. Finally getting more Evo Chambers now as well, and getting, what is this? Is that Greater Spire? Queen's Nest there on the way, trouble attack happening, but I can't see it. Okay, I can see it. He goes in, storms on the Lurkers. There's only 2 Templars there, though, so he can't storm all the Lurkers to death. Pulls back, realizing that, okay, I really do need that one observer. Did the drop try to go in? Dropped in. Didn't try to go in yet. Let's go to blue against red. A little bit easier to see there on the minimap instead of the brown color. JH is honestly progressing pretty well. Supply isn't that massive yet, but he's producing quickly. He's building quickly. 64 drones, he's rich. Getting richer. A lot of Sunkens in the front. Making more. There's about 9 hatches there in for production. 1 in the back. 2 in the back, actually. 11 hatcheries in total. Production is on point. Supply count keeps growing and growing. That level 2 weapon attacker finished up for Byul. Level 2 weapon attack is on the way. More Reavers arriving on the scene. You got 1 armor, 1 shield. He is in a great position in terms of upgrades. Whereas the Hydralisk from JH on level 1 attack, level 0 Carapace, not that strong yet, but level 1 attack might just be enough to take this all down. Comes in with a surround there from every single angle. Shuttle drop there, not going in. The Reavers are doing a great job. Storms coming down. Carpet storming the entire enclosure, getting most of the Hydras dead and gone. The Hydras are taking down most of the Reavers, only seeing a single one of them left alive. But he's now... Oh, he gets stormed in the backside while we were looking. Storms every single drone to death. This is the worst case scenario for JH. He pulled his Hydras from the sides to the front to defend. And honestly, he had to. If he hadn't pulled those Hydras to the front, he wouldn't have been able to defend the front. But as a downside, he loses the backside there. Shuttle penetrates through, kills most of the drones. Now his economy is down in the dumps. He's going to try to go for a last-ditch effort Lurker Hydra drop attempt to at least try to slow Byul down, economically speaking. Now, the return draw, but honestly, this game is looking pretty bad. He has to produce a lot of drones with only 11 hatcheries, but also has to produce a lot of Hydras to defend himself. He's building Sunkens, he's trying hard. Drop goes out there, a last-ditch effort. This is his last attempt to not die. But Byul's production is really good. He's got a lot of gateways here. It's about 18 gateways, 3 more there for 21. A couple cannons in the backside. He got the drop coming in there from the top side. There's nothing here in the back to defend except a couple of Dragoons and Templars, but he's breaking through here at JH. So basically, JH is currently still defending. 23 drones are alive. Drop is coming in. Starts to unlock. They're on the scene. Reavers are spawning at the same time, though. Reavers are spawning at the same time, building Scarabs already. Lurkers are on the scene. Lurkers too far away. Lurker going to try to get some probe kills. Probes are running away. Gets a couple shots of all the probes. Ooh, the Lurker can't get his second shot off. Not a single probe goes down. The timing of those Reavers spawning was exactly perfect. He didn't plan for it to be happening like that, but they came out exactly when he needed them. And Byul prevents losing drones and doesn't lose any of his momentum. Those probes going down would probably meant that JH, I don't know if he could survive, but if he survived, in the case he survived, he would have been in a pretty great spot. But honestly, there's so many units coming from Byul's base, I think Byul would still have killed JH, regardless of the result of that Lurker Hydra drop on the minerals. Because look at him, he's just breaking through. He's already winning the game. 14 minutes, 30 seconds in. Got the first win there for JH. Which means we're going to game number 2. going to game number 2. Let's see. The score is 1-0 in favor of Byul. And in game number 2, we're going to look at Terran against Zerg. Another really fun and entertaining matchup. It's going to be good, specifically with Byul, who has a very strong Zerg, but also sometimes a weak Zerg. It kind of depends on what build order he goes for and whether he prepares himself well enough. Because Koreans really do like walking on the edge. They really like threading the needle. They like to play with as little as possible to survive, in order to have as many minerals available for a counterattack or for building units. They really play with the least possible. They won't defend too much, but they will at times defend a little bit too little. And hopefully we're not gonna encounter one of those games where either of these players defends a little bit too little. Because that usually means at this level of play, one of them is gonna fall pretty quick, pretty hard, and either get a lead over the other, because the score already 1-0, it could go to 2-0, it could go to 1-1. That's the story of this match. Is JH going to be able to pull himself up to a 1-1 score, or is Byul going to shoot even further ahead? And remember, this is for the StarCraft World fastest map, possible ladder, the 1 vs 1 Season 28 Finals, the first round. I forgot which group it was. Let me just quickly get that up there. We're in Group 1 with Byul, Resout, and JH. Not to be confused with Resound, as someone else calls him. I'm not gonna say who, but I kind of think it's hilarious because Resout is a scoundrel. So intentionally mispronouncing his name, I support that. I support that. So very fast gas there in the back there from Byul. He wants to get his lair up very quick, even before he gets his third hatchery up and running. First hatchery in the front is done. Got a creep colony on the way. Both players finally found out what races their opponents are. Because in the West we play random against random. We don't really pick our races. So it's random against random. Terran against Zerg. Byul moves out, gets around on the 1 Marine. Got SV there on the middle. Is JH gonna go for a mid-factory? Well, he's only just now starting his gas. This is one of the downsides, I believe, inherent to the 8 barracks build order. Is you get 8 barracks and 9 supply depot, but then you don't get your gas until about 320 or 310 into the game. It's quite late. 306. 306 in this case. You get more minerals because you delay your gas, but you do get access to a factory and stim upgrade pretty late into the game. So this gives the Zerg a little bit more time to play on a low sunken count and boost up their economy in the back. Now Byul here only mined 100 gas, went for Zergling speed, is now massing up on Zerglings. He wants to go for a counter attack because he kind of knows what's happening inside of JH's mind. He knows what's going on. Moves out. Oh no, he doesn't yet. Waits for a couple more Zerglings. Now he goes. Nope. Yes, here he goes. Goes for this round on those Marines. JH's Marines are caught out with their pants down there, way too far across the map. Nowhere to run, nowhere to defend. Maybe just kill a couple of Zerglings while trying to prepare himself for defense. You're back at home. Firebats are on the way. Academy finished just in time. Stormgate hasn't finished yet, though. Hasn't even started. Bunker there in the back. Gonna have to try to protect that. Zerg's having trouble getting through. He's going for the stack attack. Protects his Marine. Bunker finishes just in time. Firebats coming out at the same time as well. And he protects the bunker in the backside. Barely stays alive. Factory in the front, though, gonna go down. Doesn't cancel it. Loses the factory. Loses the minerals and the gas. That kind of hurts. But Byul still only on 7 drones. Gonna lose the Academy on the side there. Stim upgrade doesn't get cancelled. Loses another 100 gas, 100 minerals. But at least he defends the attack. He defends the attack, but he does hurt. It does hurt. Did lose a lot of minerals there. 1 Marines, factory, academy, stim, building another academy in the backside there, getting engineering bay now as well. There's a command center number 2 finishing up. 23 drones, 23 SCVs against 11 drones. He's still pretty healthy. So things are looking pretty good here for JH. Did get slowed down, but Byul also got slowed down himself. Got a lair on the way there though. A couple more Zerglings coming across the map, trying to stop at least that factory from being rebuilt. Almost kills the SCV there, stays alive, barely stays alive. Goes for an attack on the supply depot, gonna try to take that one down and catch some Marines off guard. Down goes the depot. Gets another SCV, doesn't get the SCV. JH running back and forth, trying to stay alive, trying to mitigate the damage he's taking. A couple of Marines are getting cut out, micros them away, still go down there though. Great micro there from Byul on display. Keeps getting surrounds on those Marines, while losing the minimal amount of Zerglings as possible. Factory now being built a little bit in a safer position, closer to a bunker, close to the barracks, less isolated. Harder to take this one down. Marines moving out now though, medics are on the scene, Stim is on the way, level 1 Marine attack also on the way. Has no Stim or range finished because he kept losing the academy. Turrets are on the way in case lurkers are on the menu for Byul, but Byul is going for a Spire. It's going to be Mulisks going for the follow-up attack. Only 2 Sunkers there in the front there though, getting number 3 now as well. JH must know that Byul probably isn't that rich at the moment. Probably doesn't have that many Sunken, so he's moving out as fast as he can across the map, ready to strike that frontal position here. Is he going to achieve something? I don't know. I don't know. Because if he goes in and he does lose too many Marines, those Mulisks that are going to spawn very soon are going to have a field day attacking him. Because here back at home, he's got a starboard on the way, army on the way. He's going to go for Valkyries, but he doesn't have that much here in the back. He has 2 bunkers with nothing in it. They're empty. Marines running across the map, goes in for the attack, loses a lot of his Marines. I missed the attack, but lost a couple Marines, lost, well, not all of them, still lost most of them alive. The Sunkers there in the front, only 2 of them. Byul has a lot of money, but he's saving up for Mulisk. He's also saving up his Larva. He's kind of in a difficult position. He had to save up Larva for the Mulisks, but it also means that those Sunkers in the front are not going to get reinforced by more Sunkens. But JH there misplays a little bit, loses a couple of Marines to the Sunkens. He would have rather kept those alive to help him defend against the Mulisks. Also gets 2 medics pulled into the Sunkens. They also go down. Things are looking a bit dicey. And not in a good way. Anyway, the Mulisks have spawned, 9 of them in total. Gonna get some sweet Muta Micro there from Byul. Picks off 1 picks of 2. Fails to pick up more, gets number 3 there as well. Marines are fighting back heroically. Instead of fighting into the group, he's gonna fly around, look for a weak spot there in the Marine tank formation. Maybe snipe the tank, but he flies back first. A couple more Sunkers coming up in the front. Gonna clean this on the way in the backside. Wanna go for a hive. Hatcher number 4, they're also on the way. Byul is still dancing back and forth. And in JH's space, you got 2 factories, 2 ports, 3 ports. A lot of ports are on the way. Science facility has finished. And the Valkyrie's flying across. It's not yet finished, it's still on the way. Marines are fighting back, picks off the tank, kills it, but more Marines reinforcing and grouping up with the Marines already there on the scene. Level 1 attack for air on the way for JH, level 1 Carapace on the way for Byul. Got a Hive morphing, Hatch number 5, they're also on the way. More Mulisks are joining with the Mulisk group. I think he's got 11 or 10. Not sure how many he lost. It's 10, he lost 1. Goes in, loses 1 more, loses 2 more, loses 3 of them. 4, only 6 of them left alive. The Marines are defending this really well, and the smaller and the lower the amount of Marines is, Mulisks is, the harder it is to defend this. But 2 more Mulisks on the scene, loses another one, tries to kill the Marines, he keeps on flying in and out, keeps on trying to kill them. The level 1 attack on the Marines doing a great job, but he loses all of them in the end as the medics run out of energy. And once the medics run out of energy, the Marines just go down very quick to even a very small amount of Sunken. But now you got 2 Valkyries on the scene, ready to chase, ready to take down those Mutas. He's hunting them down, can't find them. They're dancing around, flying around. He really has to keep that 1 Sunken alive. Oh no, the Valkyries coming in from behind. Marines all got taken down there though. Now gets this great bounce around on the Valkyries, but the Mutalisks are still somewhat stacked up. Takes a lot of damage on the Mutalisks, but most of the Mutalisks do stay alive. Doesn't lose them, 10 of them are alive. This is a very close call there, continuously a very close call there for Byul. But now we're hitting the scary part of the game. Goes in. Tries to take down the Valkyrie, but loses his Mutalisks instead. Only 3 Mutalisks left alive. Zerglings on the low ground, trying their best to take down the tanks, but not doing a great job there. More Marines coming from behind, from the backside there. Tank stays alive, 2 more tanks are arriving on the scene. Medics are healing up the Marines. And we're gonna probably see some repairing from that one SCV there on the scene. Now JH now on 69 SCVs. He's been shooting ahead at rapid fire speed. Going really big there back at home. A lot of minerals, a lot of drones coming into the bank. Oh, takes down the tanks. Great micro there, but 2 Valkyries coming in to take down the Mutas. 1 Muta goes down, 2 Mutas go down. Scourge responding, takes down the vessel. Very quick target firing there. Instead of going for the belt, goes for the vessel. Great choice because he doesn't want to lose his drones to irradiate. But we've got a continuous attack here happening in the front. Valkyries do get taken down by the split Mulus, but we've got Marines and tanks are in the backside, ready to break through. Level 1 tank attack and level 1 air attack also on the way, or is that... Yeah, air armor is on the way for JH. Greatest Spire on the way there in the back. Got Hydra's speed and Hydra's range finished up as well, but he can't really produce anything. He needs the gas for Guardians. He's continually flying back and forth, doing a great job defending there. Scorch is hitting the Valkyrie. Marines also getting taken down, but the tank is still alive. More Valkyries coming in from the backside there. The Valkyrie stream is continuous. The Marines also continuously coming in. Vessels going to the side there, going to try to go for some drone kills with the radiate. And the question is, does Byul have Burrow? Vessels coming in. Frontal fight is at an impasse at the moment. Ignore, oh, he finally spots the vessels. Vessels going in, going to try to take them down before the radiate. Oh, radiate on the vessel itself. He can't kill it fast enough. He kills, but he doesn't lose the drones. Close call, but drones are all low HP. Tanked in the front once again, ready to siege and break through the front door. The action has been pretty damn good, but JH is in a commanding lead. He simply has way more production, but Byul has the micro. The micro of a pro player. And the micro so far has really helped him out. But now we've got the Hydras on the low ground, Guardians in the air. Guardians are morphing, Guardians are very close to finishing up. Gonna have to buy some time with the Hydras there though. Valkyrie goes in for the attack on the Guardians. Guardians are finishing there on the side and just in time to go for the counter attack. Valkyries arriving on the scene there though. The Hydras are going down too fast. Now we've got 5 Valkyries on the scene. Tanks are rolling up. Going to set up shop there next to the drones. Guardians are going to try to take down the tanks, but they're going to take it down by the Valkyries. And Byul knows the game is over. Byul knows it's a GG. That's game number 2. Got a 1-1 score. 1 for JH, 1 for Byul. Great second game. A little bit of a gamble there from Byul. It didn't work out. He tried to end it early with a Zergling cheese attack, but JH had just enough time to get his bunker finished up in the backside. It was a matter of seconds. A couple seconds too late, and he loses the base. When he's on time, Byul just lost a very expensive investment and achieved nothing. Now it's time for game number 3. I'm gonna need a drink while we load it up. Sometimes your vocal cords respond differently to continuously casting. Sometimes they're a little bit too lubricated with saliva, sometimes they're not. And all those kinds of different conditions, how your throat feels or your mouth feels, can really affect how you cast or how comfortable you feel while casting. So it's kind of one of those things where you have to make sure that you're not overstraining your vocal cords. If you're not overstraining your vocal cords, it's important. Honestly, it really is. Take good care of them, specifically when you talk for a living or as a hobby. Because we don't want to, of course, overstrain, lose our voice, get a raspy voice, damage our vocal cords or throat. We want none of that. So make sure to take care of yourself. Please. Take care of yourself. Okay. JH here on the Protoss, and we've got Byul on Zerg. The score is 1-1. Both players have a single win. And of course, as usual, as is tradition, we got a hatchery there in the front. to choke off the front door. JH is going for a Nexus first Build order because he's on a corner spawn. It's simply the best thing to do when you're on a corner spawn. Go for a Nexus first, and then go into whatever build order you want to do. Just that Nexus first is going to give you so much economic advantage, so much economic gain, that you have the freedom to really go any direction you want to. But first we got a Forge, then you're going to get a Pylon in the front. He wants to play this very, very safe. No risks taken. Byul though, starts saving up a couple larvae to get those Zerglings out, in the case he's going to get rushed by gateways or marines. You never know. Hatchery number 3, they're on the way. Gateway there in the back for JH, and cannons coming up in the front. Everything timed exactly as he wants it to. He goes for a single cannon, or is he going for 2? It's going to be 2. Some players go for a single cannon, because this early on, a single cannon might just be enough. But some players, or most players, go for a double cannon, just to be safe. It's a little bit leaning towards defending a little bit too much, but this early into the game, you can never be too sure because a lot of cheeses can happen and you don't want to die to a cheese, because that sucks. Dying to a cheese sucks, we all know, we've all felt it, we all realized it, it feels bad. So 6 Zerglings coming out there for Byul. Notice it's not 8 of them, never mind, it's 8 of them. He built 8 Zerglings. Big investment, he didn't need it. He didn't need it. There was information already present that he didn't need 8 Zerglings because he scouted the choke, he scouted the cannons there in the front, he knew they were on the way, so 8 Zerglings, he could have cancelled some of them and saved some money, but he's gonna maybe try to break through, do some damage anyway, because only 8 cannons, 2 cannons and 8 Zerglings. Is that a Robo? It's a Pylon. Cybercore there, isn't finished yet. Next at a third Nexus. Third triple Nexus from JH. He's going for a lot of money. And I'm kind of curious, what is the build order he's going for? Is he going to go for Reavers with Robos and Carriers? Or just Robos with Reavers? Templar Storms? Mass Attack? I don't know. But we do know that he's got level 1 attack for air on the way, which means, of course, we're going to see a Corsair coming out very, very soon. Otherwise, you wouldn't get the level 1 attack for the air. And it's going to hunt for some Overlords. Of course, this is the first one. He's running away. Target on the way. Dragoon on the way as well to take down the Overlord. Will the Overlord escape in time before the Dragoon spawns, or will it go down? Losing Overlords as a Zerg always painful, because you would rather invest that money in something else, or in something other than rebuilding a new Overlord. And also it slows you down. You don't want to get slowed down. That's just sucky, sucky, sucky. It sucks. Anyway, Byul here going for a very fast Spire. Either Scorches or Mutalisk. He wants to it's kind of a cheesy move to go for a Spire this fast when you're in a Zerg against Protoss game. But Byul has amazing Mutalisk control. So honestly, the better your Mutalisk control is, the more viable this strategy becomes. If your Mutalisk control is bad, well, then you're just gambling. But if it's great, if it's really good, well, then there's a pretty certain chance you're gonna achieve something. So first Corsair is on the way. He's gonna Fleet Beacon already as well. 1 Robo there in the front. Pretty late Robo, honestly. But he went for Stargaze first, which is pretty costly. The Corsair also costs a lot of minerals and gas. It slows down the Robo. Slows down the second Robo as well. But he's got triple Nexus, 46 probes already up and running, getting cannons there in the back. Gonna fly across the map there with the Corsair. Gonna scout the entire base of Byul. And then he's gonna know that Mutalisks are on the way, but he's not going in yet. He's going straight for the Overlords. So he's doing this with no information. He's just gonna assume he's gonna be safe. And honestly, I do think he's gonna be safe. He's gonna be safe. He's got, oh no, maybe he's not gonna be safe. Overlord goes down, Corsair goes down. Corsair there trying to avoid the Scorches. Oh, Scorches hunting for something, hunting for shuttles. Find some cannons in the front, one of them goes down, but we've got Mules there on the way, ready to go for the attack. Got double cannon there in the backside. We've got Corsair spawning at the same time as well. Oh, yeah, there's the micro. Try to kill as many things as he can. Kills one probe, kills another one, goes in, goes out. Ooh. Beautifully played. Corsair staying alive, running away, dancing around, but the cannon's not going for the scorches. Byul is taking... Oh, he keeps dancing, he keeps running back and forth, he's waiting for more Corsairs to spawn, killing the scorches very slowly. The Mutas are taking down the cannons. This is a race against the clock though, because if the amount of Corsairs is big enough, the Mutas won't be able to do much. And he did lose a couple of his Mulisks in the process. So killed 2 cannons, killed a couple Corsairs, but in the end, nothing of serious concern happening there. Oh, great split there on the Mutas. JH returns back home. We've got Hydralisks on the way for Byul. I like this switch up. Scorch is still there under production now on 28 drones. Hydra speed just finished up. Hydras are probably going to be popping up very soon as well. Hydra's range now in the queue. We've got Overlord speed also being researched. Now JH is playing it very safe. Gets about 7 or 6 cannons in the backside. Level 1 attack for air has finished. Level 2 attacks on the way. Gets shield on the way as well. And he's getting scout speed. He just cancelled it. He just canceled his scout speed. He doesn't want to... He was somewhat going for a toying around build order, but he's going serious. He's going fully serious. He's realizing, I gotta be 100% serious. So only on a single robo. Maybe he's gonna go for carriers. I don't know. It's honestly, this looks like a very spicy build order. Oh, the Corsairs are destroying the Mulas. The Mulas don't stand a chance. All they can take it down in the blink of an eye. We're gonna need a Hydralisk switch very, very fast, because now Overlords are dying all over the place, and getting supply block in this situation is pretty terrible. We do finally have scouts on the way there though, so he's continuing and resuming with his original initial plan. Probably gonna go for the golden armada of Reaver Scout, but he only has 1 robo. He does have some Reavers on the way there though, and 2 shuttles as well. Frontal scout there coming out from Byul. Corsairs are still killing Overlords all around the place. Got some Hydras finished up, but the Corsairs are too fast for the Hydras to keep up with. He's gonna find more Overlords. There he finds another one. All of Byul's minerals are being sunk into Overlords, and they're then sinking as well, falling down to the earth, crashing down, costing him a lot of money. Does have a couple of Hydras there to defend, but he's waiting for the Overlords to spawn. He's got Lurker Espectre on the way, he's got Overlord Transportation also on the way, and level 1 Carapace for air, or level 2 Carapace for air, Carapace for ground, and attack for ground forces as well. Needle Spine upgrade attack. Now 4 more robots are on the way, finally going for more Reavers. I think this is about 2 more gateways, 2 more stargates. Continuously producing these little 82 probes. 9 minutes in, he's rich. He's very, very rich. The Hydras here quite nicely spaced out. More of them are spawning. He's once again no longer supply block. Gonna find the shuttle, kills the shuttle, nothing unloads. Well-timed snipe there. 1 shuttle there still alive on the top side. Looks like he's missed it. He missed it. Cannons are on the side, and the keep those Scorches out of the base. Corsairs going in. He kills most. Kills 1 Corsair. Shuttle there still on the top side. Finds an Overlord there on the side as well. Once again, another Overlord kill. Got 6 robos, 7 robos, 2 on the way. Gonna be a lot of shuttle and Reaver production. Gonna fly in there on the top side. Overlord finds the shuttle though, so he turns around. Another free Overlord kill there on the scene. But Overlord's being loaded up with Lurkers and Hydras. Now I'm wondering, is he gonna fly over the short side or fly all the way around over the long side to just get into that base? And hopefully get some drone probe kills. 35 drones there for Byul, 6 hatcheries, 1 in the back, number 7, 1 in the front, number 8. He's not really droning up that much. He's mostly focused on trying to protect himself. Maybe a little bit too much. He's invested a lot of money into Mutas and Scorches. Scorches are kind of losing their value because the Corsairs take them down pretty damn fast. You've got Mass Scout there in the back. Reavers are on the way. Scarab damage upgrade also on the way. Upgrades are currently on 1-1-2. And he's got 2-2-3 on the way. Very fast upgrades there from JH. He's also still spending his money really quick. By having 82-81 probes. Wait, this is a frontal attack. The frontal attack they're coming in, but there's a Reaver behind the cannon. It's going to be difficult to break through. Got an Overlord dropper coming in at the same time. Forces are not here back at home, but the scouts are back at home, ready to defend. Shouldn't be too difficult to defend with those scouts. All you have to do is move up and start shooting. And here they go. Start shooting. Gonna target fire. No, not gonna target fire. A lot of Hydras, a lot of cannons, no lurkers, no dead probes. Reavers on the scene as well. Very quick. Oh, there go the scouts. People abound. Gonna take them all down. The front here also very easily defended. The Reavers behind cannons are just too damn strong. And now he's going for the counterattack. Gonna try to take down that hive. Is it a hive? It's a lair. Gonna take down that lair. Only a couple of Hydras here back at home. Most of the Overlords did go down, so he has no supply space to even produce anything. Oh, disruption webs are coming down on the Hydras. Great disruption webs they're happening. Even more of them happening. Even more of them happening. Screenshot. I mean, the game is pretty much already over at this point. The Reavers arriving on the scene as well. Lair is dead and gone. Hit a couple of drones as well. Only 14 left alive. JH is kind of just styling on Byul here. Byul, I think, kind of misplayed the entire situation. He's trying to end it quick, assuming JH was going to be much more offensive and aggressive. But JH just taking his time, building up to max supply, getting the unit composition he wants. Scouts, Corsairs, Shuttle Reaver, a lot of cannons all over the place. It's going to be impossible to penetrate through this build order. In this case, I think it's best for the Zerg to kind of turtle up and get as rich as possible, but Byul was full out on the offense. Now JH is going to keep on clowning with Scout Corsair, going to keep flying around back and forth, just tickle here and there, hurt Byul here and there. Although Byul is pretty much already close to dying at this point. Long distance mining, Corsairs on the scene, gonna get another disruption web, spam on all those Hydras. Reavers coming in, Reavers unloading on the low ground, only 4 Reavers, but nope, there are the disruption webs. Hydras can't fight back, Hydras getting blown up by the Reavers, more Hydras coming from the downside. Scouts don't really, Scouts are kind of walling. One Reaver shuttle makes it through, gonna find some drones to kill. Bam, that's one group, 47 left alive. Pretty good hit there. Reavers on the other side there, though, are killing way too many things. The Corsairs in the front are taking the fire from the Hydras. Kills one Reaver. Oh, one Hydra left alive. All the Reavers are... All the Hydras are dead and gone. That's 15 more on the way. Gonna pick one of them up. Gonna go for the drones in the backside. Arrives on the scene. Scarab unloads. Scarab connects. It connects. A Scarab explodes. Another one hits. 31 drones left alive. He did finish a new hatchery there. Yeah, he knows it's over. He knows it's over. It's over. It's just... This is just kind of getting clowned by JH. Kind of got clowned by JH. Interesting game. Byul had some great things going, but they just weren't the right things, honestly. They just weren't the right things. The micro was great, the multitasking was great, it just wasn't right kind of choices. Now going to game number 4. Score is 2-1 in favor of JH. Now we're going to look at a Terran against Zerg with JH on the Zerg and Byul on the Terran. His main race, his best race. Honestly, almost unbeatable. Almost unbeatable. Alright, what's gonna happen? What is gonna happen? Oh, now this is a situation of why I really don't like this map. Terran above the Zerg. We might see some of the worst spot abuse known to mankind. We might not see some of the worst spot abuse known to mankind. But JH's chances of winning here are pretty small, he would have to win with a cheese or an early rush to catch Byul off guard, which is kind of just a cheese. Very rarely do people survive with these spots for a long duration of time. Not often does it happen. Byul here going for a gas supply depot on 8 supply. Gonna get a barracks there at somewhere of 10 supply. Gonna go for, of course, a double factory build order once the barrack there in the back finishes. Whereas JH just going for the standard. He doesn't know what the races are. He's got one oval up there in the front to see if anything is walking around. Doesn't see a mid gate. So all hatchery, pool, hatchery coming out from JH. Overlord a little bit late. Now the one thing that I specifically like about this mech build order is when the barrack finishes, you have around 220 gas. You can build pretty much 2 factories at the exact same time. Some players, once they have the gas, they stop mining gas for a little while just to have more minerals, because you start your gas so early on, you don't have a lot of SCVs mining minerals, and he's also scouting with an SCV, which means of course even less minerals coming into the bank. But Byul there continues with mining the gas. He isn't planning on giving up any gas income. He wants to have the diversity that comes from having more gas once the 2 factories finish, because it gives him the option to go for a starport for a fast drop, either vultures or tanks, or to go for an armory, a machine shop, and a 3rd factory. SV there made it into the base before the sunken were up and running in the front. Doesn't have a lair there yet, going for a 4th hatchery before the lair. Probably going to be something along the lines of a Zergling cheese, maybe going for Hydralisks. I've seen some players successfully defeat this factory build order with some very fast Hydralisks, and that might just be what JH is planning to do. Because he would have had a lair already. Might go for a 5th hatchery, that's number 5. He's getting Zergling speed, not going for Hydras. He really is playing this as an all-in strategy. He knows his chances of winning are very low if he lets the game drag on. You got tanks on the way, no siege mode there yet for Byul. 4 Marines are in the front, moving out, ready to get some information, maybe stop some suckers from pushing forward. I was really expecting Hydralisks, but it really does look like mass Zergling. They're on the way. They're on the way. Factory number 3 on the way. Getting Vulture speed and siege mode. Vulture speed is really handy against speed Zerglings, because your Vultures are then faster than the Zerglings, which makes microing and killing those Zerglings without taking any damage kind of easy to do. Tanks arriving there in the front, but the Zerglings already moved. Ooh, the Zerglings are... He's waiting for more. He's waiting for more of them. There we go. He's going to catch those. Units are on the middle. Can't get the surround in time there though. Marines go down, but the Vultures have their Vulture speed coming up very soon. Tanks are running away. Tanks are running away just fast enough. Can't get the surround on the Vultures. Kills one of them there though, but 3 more Vultures there arriving on the scene. The minerals are getting blocked by a barracks there. He's getting it. He really wants to surround those tanks, but the tanks just kiting, killing so many of those Zerglings. So he is going for Hydras. He did buy himself just enough time. Just enough time. Although I don't know if the Zerglings actually achieved enough, or how much it cost to get them. The gas was expensive. The Zerglings themselves were expensive. Getting a Hydralisks now, but Byul knows the Hydras are on the way because he's got the barrack there in the base. Vultures tanks are in the front. He's not making a lot of tanks, only 2 of them, mostly making vultures. Gonna place around a lot of mines probably as well. I don't know if he has vultures mines research finished up though. Very small amount of hiders in the back for JH. Went for a lot of drones, waiting for overlords to spawn. They got Lurker Espectre on the way. Vultures are breaking through. Mines all over the place. No detection anywhere close. Goes in over the bottom side because we're Sunkens on the top side. Vultures don't do a lot of damage against Sunkens or units. They do a lot of damage against basically photons and I think small units. They do a lot of damage against small units. I think Hydralisks are medium size, so the Hydralisks not going to have much trouble taking down the vultures. There's now mines all over the place and more tanks rolling up in the front. It's going to take down a hatchery in the front first. Going to siege up there as well. The mines make it very difficult for the H to move out and attack. 4 factories there in total in the back. Armory finished up as well. Good Goliaths on the way. Terran booster for Goliath rings also on the way. Level 1 attack there on the way from the armory. 66 against 47 supply. This the lair is finished. Lurkers are all being morphed. I don't know if the Lurkers can move forward all that much with all the mines all over the place. There's no scan yet though. No starport either. No vessels. No scan. No detection. But Byul is slowly marching forward. Lurkers are finished. Lurkers are going forward. Lurkers are within range of the tanks. Some of the Lurkers do go down. He can't quite get this one Lurker through this small little narrow pathway that really screws him over. Lurkers did arrive on the scene. Lurkers are moving forward very slowly, but unburrowing means they take more tank shots. Clears out the frontal line of tanks there. More Lurkers are spawning to the same time as well. They'll try to direct some mines onto the tanks, but the mines don't explode because the vultures take care of the Zerg before the mines can explode. Great unit combination there from Byul. It's gonna go. Has to. Mine? Oh, the tanks take so much damage down on the Lurkers. And he kills one of his own Goliaths to take down the Lurker with a tank shot. I like that one. I like that one. Now going to take down the overlords on the sides. He's trying to produce, but he can't produce that much. Because there's tanks within range of the production line. The one Lurker there, not close enough to the tanks to keep those tanks away. And that's it. Byul wins game number 4. JH had something going, but I really do think the early Zergling investment simply cost him too much money to make the strategy of Lurkers viable. And I don't think the Lurker strategy itself was the right answer. I really think going for Hydralisks, very quick Hydras, would have been the best option. Because at the time, Byul only had a couple tanks, 2 of them, and a bunch of vultures, and vultures are terrible against Hydralisks. I really think he would have had it. I really think he would have had it. Okay, game number 5. My vocal cords are holding up. I haven't really cast a very long video in a while. This one is going to be very long. Already 53 minutes in. Already 53 minutes in. I'm gonna be here for a little while longer because this is a best of 7. So one of these 2 players needs 2 more wins. 2 more wins, and we could go for 3 more games. If either player gets 1 win, and 1 win. Byul here on the olive green Zerg on the top left of the map, and JH there on the pale blue Terran on the top right of the map. So once again, Terran on Zerg, Byul on Zerg, JH on the Terran. Last time around, JH won the TVZ in, I wouldn't say a convincing manner, but it was a very slow burn. Byul defended himself really well, but he just kept falling behind tiny bits by tiny little bits as that Terran Zerg went on, and on, and on. Just tiny little incremental steps of progress for JH. And this time around, the game's looking a little bit better for Byul. Got a great spawn. JH is not very far away, but also far away. Being on a corner spawn, the corner spawn always feels like it's pretty far away, further away than a middle spawn to a corner spawn. I think he went for supply depot, barrack here. Maybe he went for barrack, supply depot, barrack. I don't know. Scouts ahead with the SCV, just in case there's a Protoss on the middle of the map. Not gonna find the Protoss there though. He scouts the section first, then goes for a choke scout, finds nothing there in the choke. He's just gonna scout chokes for now. He's assuming that Byul has probably a pylon or a hatchery in his choke. It's a little bit of a greedy way of scouting. You don't get all the information you need. You can get caught off by surprise. We've seen some players, like Li Baku specifically, lose to getting caught by surprise because he scouted only the chokes and not the bases entirely. But this time around it works out just fine. He finds the sunken there in the front before it actually finished morphing, so that's going to take some damage, but the Zerglings are spawning just in time. He made 8 of them once again. Pretty big investment. I honestly really think 6 or 4 is the better choice to go for in the case you do find that you're not scouted yet very early into the game. Because 8 Zerglings, honestly, that's a lot of minerals that could have been used differently. But these players are way better than I am. I am probably wrong. 8 Zerglings is probably the right answer. Just to me, it feels a little bit weird. Going for Zerglings again. Getting Zergling speed once again. Making even more Zerglings once again. He wants to try the exact same thing he tried in the previous Zerg against Terran. And back then, it didn't really work out that well. This time around, it might. It might not. Got Academy on the way there from JH. Factory also already on the way. The amount of Zerglings slowly growing bigger and bigger. 9 drones in total. He's not yet moving out. JH feels something is up because there's no Sunken Spring Producer in the front. He knows something is up. Got 1 Marine there in the front. Marine catches the Zerglings. Exactly serves its purpose. Ignores the Marine. Goes for the attack. There, JH pulling back. Already building a bunker there in the backside. Byul is trying to catch those Marines, but he can't get in there. Supply depot there on the side as well, just to block off and wall off and make the areas of approach smaller and smaller. It's just difficult to get in there. He can't get in there. SCV there blocking this pathway onto the Marines. Can't get us around. This other SCV also blocking this pathway. Still a pathway there into the backside though, but a couple of Marines are in the backside taking down some of those Zerglings. He can't go in, he can't stay there. And JH defends this one kind of easily. Gonna try to take down the factory, but starts building it just in time. Couple is moving to intercept and kill the Zerglings. Cancels the factory this time around. Loses time, but doesn't lose the minerals. So Byul does achieve something. He forces JH to pull back, buys himself a lot of time, and now he's just droning up, getting a lair, and droning up. A lot of drones. Drone. He's just getting drones. Greatest Spire also on the way, 22 drones, 26 SCVs. JH actually doing a lot better this time around than he did in the previous ZVT, where he lost Stim, Academy, Factory without cancelling any of those structures, lost a lot of Marines as well. This time around he's looking a little bit healthier. He's got more Marines, more supply, more structures. Not getting level 1 attack for the Marines. He's got Stim finished. He's got range now on the way. Gas number 2 also becoming operational. Greatest Spire about halfway done there for Byul. He's not saving up minerals yet. He's building a lot of Sungas in the front because he knows that JH has more Marines than he can realistically deal with a low Sunken count. So you're getting a lot of Sungas in the choke point. Very close together so that all Suckers at the same time shoot on the Marines when they do go for an attack. JH can't even hit the hatchery with his Marines. So yeah, great choices here being made by Byul. finally start saving up minerals and gas for Mutalisks. He's gonna be able to make about 7 or 6 of them. Or doesn't have the larva to make more. 6. Can't make number 7 yet. Getting carapace upgrade for air as well. Hatchery number 4, they're on the way. More Marines arriving there on the scene. He's on a 3 barrack build order, not going for 4 or 5. Going for fast Valkyrie again. We've got an army on the way and a starport. H really likes the fast Valkyrie. Marines coming in for the attack. There's a lot of Marines there. Level 1, so you have range and stim. Most of the stuff is going down. A lot of medics are on the scene to heal up those Marines, but the Mutas are above the hatchery, flying back and forth, doing a lot of damage there to the Marines. The medics have run out of energy, so he pulls back. And now there's a cue for Byul to pick up 1 more Marine. It's a lot of Mutas. He's not going to fight this ball there in the front. He's instead going straight for JH's base and try to snipe things there back at home or intercept Marines walking from base to middle. There's a turret there in the choke. Very good placement on that one turret. More turrets being built there in the pathway. Gonna make it more and more difficult for the Mutas to fly in and out and kill stuff. He tries to get the tank, but instantly loses a couple Mutas when he goes in. Tank getting repaired. Has some access to killing Marines there though. The ball of Mutas has grown to about 7, or is it 9? 8 Mutas. Going for a faster hive this time around. Also more hatcheries. 27 drones. Keeps trying to go in and out. TH overextends there though. Tank goes down. The repair is not fast enough. Marines there can't provide enough support. More Marines coming from the choke, ready to enter this narrow pathway to continue to push. I really think maybe he has to wait for his Valkyrie, but it's not yet on the way. Not yet on the way. Level 1 attack for Marines finishing up very soon. Level 1 Carapace for Mutas finishing up very soon as well. There's about half Hive. Another layer. Hive is about halfway done. Did lose an Overlord somewhere. The push continues. The tank in the front. They're gonna get taken down by Great Muta Micro. Just keeps flying around, weaving in and out. Taking shots at everything he can kill and hit. But he does lose a couple Mutas every single time he tries. So it's a little bit of a risky thing. You get some results, but you also lose something while doing it. You got 3 starports. Number 4 is on the way. Science facility as well. 1 factory. Got 5 barrack production. Oh yeah, this is a great choice. Like, he's finding JH's units when they are at their weakest. And that is right in between the choke and this nice little turreted section where he's pushing on Byul's choke. So it's really in between the 2 chokes where the Mutas can find the easiest kills, and that is when the reinforcements are traveling across the map. Once again, great micro there on display. Got Raid on the way there for... Oh, he loses almost all of his Mutas. And that is the sign for JH to go for the push with the Marines. Tries to target a Sunken in the back. Medics are not really healing all that well. The medics are blocking the Marines. And enough Sunkens finishing up in the back just in time to keep the choke safe. More Mutas spawning there as well. A lot of gas being thrown into Mutas. Too many medics to... Oh, so many medics on the low ground, buying so much time. The 1 Marine didn't even go down. Yes, what's 6 medics? 7 medics to heal 1 single Marine. There's too much healing for the Mutas to burn through. Now we've got Valkyries on the scene. Valkyries providing great support. JH being a little bit too aggressive there. A lot of medics, but the medics have low energy for healing. Tank in the backside though, providing support. Mutas have some hiders on the scene, ready to go. He goes in. Oh, the burst damage from the hiders takes down the Marines. He breaks through. The Valkyries are unprotected. Marines are also unprotected. More Valkyries on the way across the manifesto as well. Marines are joining their brethren in this choke point here, but Byul has successfully killed everything. So the reinforcements themselves not going to be much of a problem. But we've got Valkyries there taking on Overlords. Guardians have finished there. These are probably going to be Sunkens or Spores. Sunkens. Some players like to make Spores instead to keep those Valkyries and Vessels away. Byul goes for Sunkens instead. Vessel fumble attack happening, but a backside drone snipe attempt happening as well. Vessel gets deflected. Radiates the Overlord instead. At least getting something. Got Vessels on the way, hunting for Valkyries and Vessels. Gonna find and intercept the Vessel. They're on the side, gets it. Great play, great coordination. Tanks in front now getting taken down there by the Guardians. Got some Valkyries up in the air, defending though. Tanks go down, Guardians pull back. Now the Hydras move to the front as the tanks are gone. Free fire on the Valkyries. Byul just has really great control and awareness of what he's doing. Always a two-step progress. Kill something to open up for something else. I like it. 38 drones still, 6 hatches there for production in the middle. Got triple Evo chamber. He's got Defiler mount as well. Lurker aspect probably finished somewhere. Getting every single upgrade for ground carapace, melee damage, spine damage, air overlord speed, high risk range, scorches, consume for the plague and the dark swarm. No lurkers morphing yet. Both players are hitting the macro stage. The early game aggressive micro stage is over. Now both players realizing that it's time to take it down a notch and just focus on finishing my base, finishing my production, and setting up a strong army. Because so far, the micro stage of fighting back and forth has been somewhat of a stalemate. But JH though not planning on giving Byul time to breathe yet. Goes for some Overlord hunting because the Overlords don't have speed yet. There's a radiate in the front, double radiate. He's getting with a frontal attack as well at the same time. Marines breaking through, tanks sieging up, Valkyries on the side, ready to take down whatever's there. The fighter there running away, no lurkers on the scene yet. But might get afford a plague, though I don't think he can afford a plague yet. Gonna have to go for a dark swarm on the Hydras, but the Hydras are only protected from Marine fire, but the Marines going into the dark swarm as well. Now it's just units unable to fire on each other, but Byul adapts very quickly, goes for the tanks instead, because the tanks are the one real danger. They can hit targets under a dark swarm. But now you got a Valkyrie in the back. Vessels on the bottom side. There's attacks everywhere. It's chaotic. It's a typical JH Terran against Zerg game where things just become chaotic. JH is not the kind of player to preserve his units. He just throws them at you non-stop, trying to do damage, and rely on his macro to keep himself maxed out. He's going into the side there, tank teaching up, not sure why, but he's going to do him damage against a couple of units, and his units are all dead and gone. But at the same time, he goes in with the Vessel attack. They're going for the drones in the backside. There's no... Oh, is there no burrow yet? There's a burrow, yes! Byul keeps most of his drones alive. Scorch comes in to kill the Vessel, and he saves the day. Only on 4 to 3 drones, but if he had lost those drones, ooh, things could have been quite ugly. Now he keeps the drones that he has. He doesn't have a lot of them, but he keeps them alive, and that's important. Now his economy is secure. Now he can keep on producing, keep building, keep on preparing himself for the incoming mass attacks from JH. Although one tank there tripping out on top of some factories. Will it ever get out? Will it get out? Yeah, there it is. There it is. It comes out safe and sound. So I'd say at the moment JH is still in the lead, but we've got lurkers morphing there for Byul. The fighters on the scene as well. He's going to have some great lurker swarm defense in the front. But mostly Valkyries coming out from JH. A couple of no Vessels there. I thought there were Vessels waiting to go in for a radiate attack, but it is in fact SCVs building turrets. Oh, great plague there on the Valkyries. I like it. Great plague. Catches most of the Valkyries with some Scorches. He's making Scorches continuously, really consistently. I like his Scorch use. I don't like where his Hylas then is located though, there in the front. Very exposed and vulnerable. He's going to have to make a new one in the back somewhere very soon. He's got a great Aspire there. He's got more upgrades on the way. He'll have 111 finished for his ground and probably for his air as well. 1 carapace, not yet 1 attack. Overlord speed is finally on the way. I think he finished Overlord transportation already. He's getting the fire. Is it the fire energy? The fire energy. He's got plague finished, consume finished. Lurkers are in position. Lurkers are getting dark swarmed. He's gonna push forward though a tiny little bit. Can't push forward much more though. Can't push forward much more though. Getting all the side control there. Vessels prepared and ready to go in for the radiate flyover. Got 66 drones now. There's no units in the corner there to defend. The scan came down. Hydras are moving away from the corner. More scans coming down. Byul is gonna get caught off guard here. Moves his drones. Gonna burrow them up. Burrows up most of them. More getting burrowed up. Dark Storms in the front are running out. Ooh, there's another Radiate. Burrows up another group of drones. Loses 3 of them. Well played there by Byul. Minimal amount of damages. CH's base, got a lot of factories. There's about 11 factories. 7 starports, getting more starports even. He's going for a really strong starport heavy build order. Valkyries, vessels are going to be his main unit of attack. He really wants to keep up the abuse. But Byul is preparing himself for the abuse. He's still only on 7 hatcheries, but 7 hatcheries might be just all you need when you're going for a very tech-diverse unit composition. It's not about the amount of units, it's about the kind of units he has. He really wants a diverse unit combination that can deal with every single option it has. But there comes another Radiate. It's a Radiate bomb. 7 or 6 vessels with Radiate flying in. One has... The Valkyrie in the front has defensive matrix. Drones burrowing up. He's gonna get the gas drones. Oh, killing the gas drones actually pretty damn painful. Oh, unburrows them just in time, but he did lose about 20 drones on the gas. He had 7 gas mining. Has 21 drones. About 3 of them are still alive, so maybe about 17 or 18 dead drones. That really hurts. Also, because he specifically needs gas and just lost a lot of lurkers in the front. Just lost a lot of lurkers in the front. Don't see any defilers anywhere. And he doesn't have defilers on the way either. Oh, there's 1 defiler. He really needs to get the lurker swarm up in the front really fast. Really fast. You gotta be fast, Byul. You gotta be fast. Don't lose that 1 defiler. Tanks are sieging up. The Zergers are buying time. Dark Swarm in the front, right in front of the tanks. Tanks getting caught up right under the Dark Swarm, but they're rolling in, they're ignoring the Dark Swarm. Valkyrie's coming in as well. Oh, this is one of those classic TH moves where he's just sacrificing whatever he has to just try to get some damage down on the Terran and keep the Zerg busy. He just wants some damage. But he does lose all of his units. All the Valkyries are gone, all the tanks are gone. But he has every single structure producing something here back at home. 10 starports, 11, 12 factories. Wait, no? 11 factories, not 12. He's also starting to build in the middle. Starts out with some command centers first. Then gonna build some SCVs and then build the entire middle. As many things as he can, but Byul here, not planning on giving him time or moving out, ready to clear out those tanks, but tanks on the ledge are being a pain in the ass. Loses the defiler, but he gets a double swarm finished up there on the pathway. Working's on the middle. Oh, he's gonna prevent that mid building. Something TH really likes is just building 20 factories on the middle. Already moving out there with some Hydras, going to try to take those tanks there on the side down, but there's too many tanks in the middle arriving on the scene. Not going to happen, not going to work. Drop there. Oh no, it's the Guardians, but they're all alone. Valkyrie's going to take them down, keep a bow, and they are gone. Got another Defiler there in the front, ready to throw down another Dark Swarm. You're going to have to be fast, though. You're going to have to be fast. Oh, there's no detection at the moment. Dark Swarm there is reinstated. TH is not allowed to enter. Permission to enter revoked. Still on 9 hatcheries in total. soon to max out. He's not building much. He's mostly relying on a very small base. I don't see any static defense anywhere on the map at the moment. He did lose his Defiler Hireless then, building a new one there in the back. His upgrades are very good though. Despite having a small base, upgrades are very good. 2-2 for the Hydras, 2-2 for the Zerglings. Air units are on 1-0. Not getting level 2 Carapace or level 1 attack yet. Ooh, a classic JH move. Defensive Matrix Radiate there. Mass Valkyrie, Mass Vessel coming in. Flying. Oh, great Plague there on the Valkyries. Gets a good hit. Gets a Radiate on the drones. Another group of tanks and dropships coming in. Loses the drones. Tanks arriving on the scene. Ooh, sieging up. There's nowhere for his drones to hide. Goes straight for the hive there. Oh yeah, great move from JH. I really like it when he does this specific move. Tanks on the scene, taking down the hive. Hive is gone, drones are gone, 14 drones left alive. Most units also going down. He's trying to scramble all units up to the top side, try to clear this all out. But there's a lurker. Lurker goes down. Zerglings going down. Hives go down. Everything is dying at the same time. You got Overlord Dropper coming in at the same time as well, going across the map. No Valkyries out from JH at the moment. This might just be the return attack that Byul needed. But Byul has no drones anywhere in his base. He's got... Oh, this is gonna be close. Oh no, there's bunkers, there's turrets, there's no Defiler. He's gonna try to run in with 2 lurkers, gonna try to kill the SCVs, but there's a tank in the backside as well, firing on the lurkers. First, he gets taken down. He does get some SCV kills, but not that many. 49 SCVs left alive, and Byul calls GG. He knows the drop attempt didn't succeed. And his base is broken and shattered. It's game number 5. JH now in the lead with 3 wins, 2 losses. All he needs is 1 more win, and he has the lead in his group. So game number 6. JH on the Zerg, Byul on the Protoss. Random against random. Let's dive straight in and see who is going to be... Maybe this is going to be the final game. JH here has a pretty good spot. His spot is pretty good. If the game goes on, that's a big if the game goes on, he has amazing spot abuse potential on Byul here. But Byul is really close, really close to JH space, and that is in favor of Byul. It's much easier to attack as a Protoss when you are right next to the Zerg. If you're far away, things become a little bit more complicated. And it looks like he's planning on rushing. He's a middle spawn Protoss, also pylon there in the front. These gateways are going to be there in the front as well. A very short distance to travel. Just walk out the base, move around the corner, and go for the choke attack. So far, we've got a recipe that's definitely not looking pretty for JH, and it's looking amazing for Byul. Byul is looking to have himself an amazing Protoss game. So double gateway up in the front. Scouts in the correct direction. Scouts above. Goes beyond. Finds a hatchery. Pull already on the way there for JH. This is gonna be close. Because if one group of people is good at rushing with Protoss, it's the Koreans. The micro with Zealots and Probes is great. It's gonna be 2 probe harassment. Sometimes I see some Koreans go for 4 probe or 5 probe harassment very early on. It's a very big investment to pull 5 probes in total to this choke. But if you combine 5 or 4 probes with Zealots, you basically have 1 or 2 Zealots more on the scene than you otherwise would have, because 4 probes in total do about 16 damage. Like, just look at them. They've got 40 HP and 5 damage even. That's more damage than a Zealot. So 3 probes in total is about 1 Zealot combined. He's getting 3 probes. He's got 1 extra Zealot there on the scene. He's gonna try to prevent as many drones from building Sunkens as he can. It's a lot of drones there on the scene to try and build Sunkens. Getting 4 Zerglings, 6 Zerglings, 2 more on the way, total of 8. the triple sunken on the way. He didn't build a second hatchery in the back. Zerkins are arriving. Zealots are doing a great job fighting. Ooh. Sunken in the front might... Yeah, this one would have gone down. It's below 50 HP. Sunken is 300 HP, so this one would die if he turned it into a sunken. It would simply die. It would not survive it. Yeah, trying to wall off those zealots. The fact that his sunkens are low HP forces him to pull more drones to the front to build more sunkens. Now we're on 6 drones. Wait, is it 5 drones mining? 5 drones mining in the backline. Well, both players lost a lot of money with that attack. I'd say Byul came out a little bit better because he only lost 3 probes. Whereas I think JH was forced to build like 6 or 7 sunkens in total. I think he lost 2 or 3. He's building so many sunkens in the front, he really isn't feeling safe. Or maybe his hatchery was still routed to the front. But the biggest thing that's hurting JH the most is the fact that he only has 2 hatcheries instead of 3. And as a Zerg at this point in the game, you already want to have 3 hatcheries. And Byul is going for a non-economic... going for a 1 Nexus, low economy Protoss build order. Very aggressive stuff. Cybercore is already on the way. More Zealots are continuously being produced. Might go for fast robotics to shuttle units into JH's base. JH is still building more sunkers in the front. He really does not want those Zealots to get in. Oh, tries to block off and wall off that entry point. Zealots might go down. A couple of them might walk through, but most of them do go down. 3 of them make it... Oh, 3 of them made it through. It's only 4 circlings. 4 more on the way. There's no sunkers in the back. This might be when JH takes damage he doesn't want to suffer. Goes for the sunkers, ignoring the drones. Some players will go for the drones. Byul going for the sunken. Sunken finishes just in time. Zealots, Zerklings keep down 1 Zealot. Zealot hunting for the drone there, walking around. He's trying. He's gonna just keep buying time. Walk in circles and hope that JH slips up at some point. JH invested a lot of money into Zerklings, lost his Overlord here at the Nexus. He was so distracted defending that he didn't notice Byul building a cannon on his Nexus and killed an Overlord, the worst thing that could have happened. He's on 11 drones, 2 hatcheries, 2 more on the way, 11 drones. Supply blocked, no longer supply blocked, but once again supply blocked. He's just supply blocked. 10 drones against 25 probes. Half the supply. Things are looking really, really bad. Got double robo on the way, 1 Citadel of the Dune for speed, level 1 weapon attack also on the way there for ground. Zerk in the front can't get through because he built a nice, neat little wall with his Zealots. Another great choice. Just to make sure not a single Zerk can get through. Strong sunken wall in the front. Very early Hydralisk then they're on the way. Getting a second gas and a couple sunkens in the back as well. Just because he needs them. In this scenario he really needs static defense. It hurts to build it. It's not as diverse or versatile as Hydralisks. But he simply has no other choice. Now he's finally building Hydralisks. Shuttle is finished for Byul. Gonna shuttle those units over the hill. Well, not over the hill, over the space. There's vision for JH. He sees the Zealots, but the Zealots don't care about the Zerg being there. There's 4 Zerglings against a lot of Zealots. Too many to fight into. He's gonna try to kill as many as he can before more Zealots arrive. Gonna try to snipe the shuttle as well. Can't get the shuttle. Shuttle stays alive with half HP. More Hydras are on the way. Gonna have to build some sunkens. He's building a sunken. 2 of them. Reavers on the way there for Byul here back at home. 2 Reavers are finished. Gonna pick up 1 more after these 2. Zealots have Zealot Speed finish up just in time. Of one attack. He's waiting for level 1 attack and waiting for the Reavers, and everything's gonna come together exactly at the same time. He really wants to snipe that Reaver shuttle. By doing so, he's getting surrounded by the Zealots and losing his Hydras without even doing or achieving anything with those Hydras. Reavers coming in, Zealots are running back and forth, trying to keep units away from the Reavers. Reavers are firing on the Hydras. Hydras are getting taken down by Scarab shots. Great mind for their honest play with the Shuttle Reaver. More Hydras coming from the front, but there's so many Zealous Reavers inside of JH's base. This game is looking like it's almost gets the shuttle, almost gets both the Reavers, but both Reavers do stay alive. Both Reavers taking down the Hydras. The shuttle there in the backside. Oh, very close call there. The shuttle almost went down to the Hydras. Almost lost both Reavers, but both Reavers stay alive, which means he is gonna get the kill. If JH killed the shuttle, he would have been fine. He would have been fine if Byul lost the shuttle. But look how close it was. Look how close it was. So little HP remaining on the shuttle. Sometimes a game comes down to such a small, tiny little thing as keeping a shuttle alive with 2 Reavers inside, and the shuttle only having about 2 to 10 HP remaining, which is basically just one shot from a Hydra. Just one shot from a Hydra. Now to score 3-3. We're going into game number 7. Only one of the two can win this, of course. Only one of the two. Is it going to be Byul? Or is it going to be JH? Final game. Final game. And it's a Terran against Protoss. Byul on the Terran on the bottom middle of the map. JH on the Protoss on the top middle of the map. This is gonna be a baller. Byul is exceptionally skilled at Terran against Protoss, but so is JH. JH is also really good on Protoss against Terran. 7 pylon. Very early pylon from JH. Very early pylon. Most of the time in 1v1, it's an 8 pylon, not a 7 pylon. You might be planning on doing some cheeky rushing strategies. But Byul here, not going for a mech bolt order, he's going for just a standard 8 supply, 9 barracks. Not an 8 barracks, an 8 supply, 9 barracks. So both players shifting around their supply timing by 1 up. 2 games on the way there for JH. He wants to rush. He really wants to rush. Maybe he's gonna go for double gateway nexus. Maybe he's gonna go for double gateway into something else. But most of the time, it's gonna be double gateway nexus. A little bit anxious here because honestly, I want both these players to win and display their best potential. No gas coming out yet for Byul. He really wants more minerals by delaying his gas. Scouts there with the Marine, SCV finds no mitigate. JH also hasn't found Byul yet. Looks like there's going to be a 2 gateway nexus build order from JH. Byul starts the gas, a little bit delayed. Most of the time people make it when they finish their first gas. He makes most of the time people start their first gas when they finish their first barrack. He waits for his second barrack to finish to start his gas. So a little bit more minerals in the bank. One single zealot walks right through the middle, right into Byul's base, finds 1 marine, 2 marine. 2 marines are fighting back though. 1 more zealot on the way. Got 3 more marines spawning very soon. Goes straight for the SCV. I think he should have just tried to go kill those marines before more reinforcing marines spawned from the barrack. Now the 1 zealot did get 1 SCV kill, but is going to die without really achieving much. 1 SCV kill, not that big. Now there's 2 zealots in the base, and they're not in a great situation because there's too many marines to fight into. He's going to try to fight into it, but he's going to split up. Gonna just try to juggle both zealots at the same time, see what information he can get, and how much time he can buy for his own choke to finish here in the front. So one gas is started. Gas number 2 also on the way. No Cybercore yet. Cybercore now being warped in. A little bit late. He had about 500 minerals when he started the Cybercore, which means the Cybercore is probably about 10 to 15 seconds late. A couple zealots there though do get on top of the Marines, but he's out-microing himself. He out-microed himself, oddly enough. So Stim is finished. Range is on the way. Medic's gonna be queued up soon as well. SV, they're still in the backside, they're still getting information. Medic's now on the way. He's building a second academy? He's building a second academy. He didn't plan on building a second academy. Maybe he's gonna notice, maybe he's not gonna notice. Would be kind of fun if he has 2 academies. Yep, 2 academies. Not what he had in mind. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes he just built 2 of the same without noticing. And later on he's gonna notice, oops, I made 2 academies. Oops. He's not gonna mind too much though. It's 150 minerals. It's a bit of lost building time with an SCV, but he doesn't really care too much, except for... Wait! He didn't have Stim. So 2 academies for... Well, he could have just waited for a range to finish. He could have just waited. And then get Stim. But you know what? Considering he's got 2 academies, might as well get Stim on the second one. Fire bats are on the way. He's going for 5 barracks. He's going for an all barrack build order. He's not going to go for a factory yet. There's an engineering baiter on the way. This is going to be funky. This is going to be funky. But armor on the way there for JH. Not weapon attack. He's getting armor instead. Zealot speed also on the way. Double robo there in the front. Slowly everything is coming together there for JH. Slowly producing more zealots. Slowly getting more gateways. Not a lot of cannons are in the front. Not a lot of cannons. Fire bats might just run through or just break through. Off 1 cannon down. Zealots taking a lot of damage. More Marines arriving on the scene. There's only 3 more cannons to break through. Zealots are going down. Medics are not running out of energy anytime soon. All the Zealots have gone down. Marines now going for cannon number 4 and number 3. Both of them go down. He's got enough medics there on the scene. The cannon goes down. Cannons are all down. And now he's got 5 barracks here at home to produce and break through and keep the pressure. Robos in the front are very exposed. He doesn't have a Templars archive, so no Dark Templars can be made. He's in a pretty bad position here. He's in a pretty bad position. He's building more gateways to try and adapt to the situation. He's building a lot of gateways. 3 gateways are on the way, producing as many as he can. Robos in the front are unpowered. Reavers can spawn. Armor is finishing very soon there though. Got some cannons there in the back, but some cannons on the side as well. Zealots are going in, gonna try to snipe reinforcements. He has a pretty quick catch in some Marines. Marines are microing away. Great control there from Byul. Instead he just goes straight for the main base. Fight can't still on the middle. Might just as well go for the main base, but Byul responds with an instant stim. Loses the Marines that are in the middle, but he kills most of the Zealots as well. A really large group of Marines here inside of GH space. He does have enough cannons in the back to keep himself alive, but he has no Robos, no Reavers, and the Reavers really are the one thing you actually need. You actually really need those Reavers to defend this. Without Reavers, this is not gonna happen. Reaver Shuttle Micro really is your best friend. He's got the Templars archive finished, making a new support there in the back, making the Robos in the back as well. Wait, no Robos. No Robos! Oh, he's got 2 Robos on the way. 2 Robos on the way, not sure where though. That's a Robo, that's a Robo. 2 more Robos are on the way. He has a support base so he can start producing Reavers right the exact moment the Robos finish. But he's first getting Storm, no Templars on the way though. All of his gateways are under attack. He can't sneak probe out. At the moment. Starport on the way. Science facility also on the way for a very fast vessel. A very typical Byul thing. Or he gets a very fast science facility to detect Dark Templars. Although he has some detection on the scene. He has some turrets. So he wouldn't need it. But he likes getting it just in case. Zealous going in for a side attack, but there's so many Marines. There's Marines are stimming with a level 1 attack, finishing up very soon. So actually level 1 armor against level 0 attack damage from the Marines. The Marines do win the fight in the end though, because stim is damn strong, and medics supporting the stim. Oh, so much damage going on. Finds a tanker on the middle, but can't get the tank. There's an SV there to repair the tank. Tank stays alive. Marines take them down. Very slowly, JH is losing his base. Very, very slowly, step by step. Reavers are finishing up there though, but the tank is there behind the bunker. He needs a shuttle now. He needs a shuttle to keep picking up the Reaver to prevent as much damage on the Reaver as he can possibly manage. A lot of money. He can't really spend his money because his gateways are going down. Zealots are going in for an attack, getting on top of. The Reaver gets a shot up on the tank, kills only 1 Marine there though. Gets a second shot off, kills the tank, kills a couple more Marines. The Zealots killed 1 tank there, but 1 tank still alive, and more Marines continue to be coming across the map with 5 barrack production and single factory, now 2 factory production. Byul has almost no SCVs. He hasn't built any SCVs for quite some time. He's only building units. He's going all out, all in. All his money is going into attacking, into bunkers, into tanks, into marines, into stats, into turrets. He doesn't care about SCVs. He just wants to make sure he kills JH. But if a Reaver drop flying across the map, this might just end very ugly. Or if the Reaver doesn't get any kills, this might end very pretty. Once again, tries to push through, tries to get on top of the tank, so that the tanks all stay alive, and the Reaver goes down. Putting a lot of Reavers there in the back. Shuttle drop there on the side, ready to go in. 1 turret. Nothing else. Reaver goes in. Is this one gonna hit? Is it gonna hit? It's a Templar. Templar strikes. Templar hits 13 SCVs left alive. Dodged with about 2 SCVs in total. He noticed, but a little bit late. Got 31 minerals, but there's a lot of units here inside of JH space. A lot of units are here on the scene. If he manages these units well, he can kill JH. JH unloads some Reavers, gonna get some shots off on the bunker. There's a defensive base on a tank. One Reaver goes down. Zealots are breaking through. Frontal bunker goes down. A lot of Marines go down to the Reaver shot. Reavers in the back there, though, do go down. One Reaver got saved by the Reaver shuttle micro. This is gonna cut it close. This is closer than it looks. Although 1 tank might just roll up within range of the probes. No, he doesn't decide to go for the probe shot yet. He doesn't feel he can go for it yet. Tanks are finishing up. Reavers are in the front. 1 tank goes down in the front. Marines are still flying back and forth. Did he keep the Templar alive inside the shuttle? Templar is alive inside the shuttle. He can go for another Templar storm once he has energy for the storm. Reaver shuttle micro is very risky. He goes a little bit too far into the front, loses the shuttle, loses the Reavers. Kills most of the Marines there though. Now a very small amount of Marines are still here on the scene. Goes for the shuttle snipe. Shuttle Reaver stays alive. Pulls back. Pulls back. Tanks are slowly killing cannons, slowly killing infrastructure. JH almost getting supply block. 1 more Reaver. Is he gonna try? He tries. Unloads the Reavers. Reavers doing double shots. Might have lost 1 of the Reavers, not too sure. Kept both of them alive. Oh, now they both do go down though as they unload within tank range and don't do anything with the Scarab. But more Reavers are in the back. Got free fire on the probes now though. All he has to do is roll forward with 1 tank and take a shot on the probes. He isn't rolling up close enough yet. Reavers once again flying forward. Gets shots off on the tanks, kills the frontal tank. Marines pull back. Marines don't get killed by the shuttle. Templar there on the bottom side still alive. Still has the Templar in it. When he went in again, he already stormed. He's down to 10 SCVs. He already stormed him again. I missed it. Sorry for that one. I was so focused on the fight here in the front. Oh, defensive medics on the front. Oh, the Reavers go down to the Marines. And it hangs. Now he has only 1 Reaver in the back. 4 are on the way. He can roll up to the probes. So he's rolling up. He's rolling up to the probes. He's within range. Can't shoot yet. Needs another tank within range. 2 tanks are within range. The Reaver can't take to the tanks fast enough. The Reaver's getting picked up. Starts killing probes. 46 are left alive. Reaver there on the backside. No chance to protect the Reaver. Reaver goes down. Zealots are coming up. There's 2 more Reavers in the backside. 5 Reavers in total. Oh, it's so many Marines and tanks here inside of JH's base. He can't keep this up. Another drop there comes down, gets another couple of SCV kills there. Kills a lot of SCVs there, but here back at home, he's also in trouble. Only 21 probes left alive. 7 against... Looks like Byul is going to win this, unless JH managed to pull off some miracle micro with his Reaver shuttle. But the Marines are on the scene, the tanks on the scene. The moment something unloads from a shuttle, it goes down, it dies. And he still has to afford Scarabs, and he only has 10 probes that are not able to mine. There's a defensive matrix on the tank in the front, which means he's going to have to take at least 4 Scarab shots to go down. He tries, unloads, shoots his Scarabs on the tank. Tank goes down in the end there though, but more tanks heating up. Reaver can't shoot. Marines coming in. Marines take down the Reavers. 3 more Reavers. 2 more Reavers. Does he have Scarabs? Zelda's there, ready to take some tank shots. Unloads. Reaver's gonna shoot on the Marines. The gets almost no kills as there's a beautiful split. And one Scarab bugs out and GH loses game number 7 as Byul displays some insanely good micro in his TVP with a very risky all-in strategy. This loses SCVs time and time again, but GH, despite killing so many SCVs, couldn't survive the insanely good control from Byul, who now can call himself the victor of this best of 7 set. Beautiful set. Beautiful set. Honestly, Byul earned that. Specifically that final game, he fought so hard with a beautiful, dominant Terran against Protoss display in the final game. JH perhaps played it a little bit too risky, not keeping his Zealot out in the front inside of Byul's choke to know if something is leaving and how much is leaving his base. He got completely caught off guard by the Firebat Marine attack there in the front. Anyway, thanks for watching. It was RGB for RGB TV with an SCW edition. SCW Season 28 playoffs with, let me just get the group up. Wow, I'm not used to this one. Alright, here's the groups. I'm trying to select this image. Alright, so here's the groups. Here's SCW. Groups are Byul on the name Tanke, Resout, JH, Dingo, Fujibayashi, Lovely Rabbit, Hydra, Jose, and Scan. And some other casters, Tony G and Joe StarCraft Cast, have already casted some games from this group, Group 1. They've casted Resout against Byul and Dingo against Fujibayashi. And the others haven't played yet, so we don't have any other games yet. I hopefully didn't snipe this. I just saw it there on the website. And I got asked by the host to cast some games, so, you know, I'm gonna cast some games. Thank you for watching. Very long video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this set with 2 behemoths in this tournament. Probably 2 of the favorites in the tournament as well. Byul wins, but JH isn't out just yet.